Welcome to Heritage University's Institute for Student Identity and Success and our research-based breakthrough strategies. I really hope you enjoy the insight this faculty member has in how to help first-generation students be really successful.
When first-generation students are told to write a paper for a college class, they have several extra barriers facing them. These barriers often make first-generation students feel they can't produce the requested paper. So I have the challenge of finding ways to help them get their ideas onto paper, their own ideas, not my wording of them. Then they refine the paper to meet academic standards. The first barrier to overcome is that first-generation students lack experience with writing about their own ideas, not just repeating ideas they read in a textbook. So here's my breakthrough strategy. I start by getting them to talk informally with me about the topic, even though they may think they don't have anything to say. With a few probing questions, I can almost always coax a student into expressing some of his or her own ideas about the topic. Getting them to put those ideas on paper takes a little more ingenuity. I use my cell phone to record our conversation. Students usually forget quickly that they are being recorded. Then I email the recording to the student with instructions on how to listen to it and how to use it to start writing their paper. The key is being sure that the recording contains their words and their ideas. My only contribution is the questions I pose to stimulate their own ideas and ways of expressing them. If I can't meet with students individually, I have several students record each other. Once they get their ideas from the recording onto paper, many first-generation students have another challenge. Like all English speakers, they use the dialect of English they learned growing up. For many, their dialect doesn't use standard English grammar, so their first drafts often use grammar that isn't acceptable in professional or academic settings. Faculty often just correct grammar errors without providing a context to help students understand why they have to learn other wordings. It becomes very important to help them understand that language expresses identity, and becoming a successful college student means adopting an additional identity besides your familial one. This new identity includes using academic or professional English grammar. I point out that they already know how to shift identities. And they are naturally very good at this with their families. For example, would they text their grandmother happy birthday? No, they would call or send a card. And just as students know how to adjust their identities to accommodate their family, they can just as easily assume an academic identity while writing their own papers. They can now visualize the difference between a personal writing identity and an academic writing identity. I find a conversation about the different ways of speaking languages always sparks spirited academic conversation. When students see their ideas and thoughts turning into a real academic paper with professional and academic English, I see their confidence blossom. Most importantly, they begin to believe that they really can be successful college students.